Virgo, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and today I'm going to be doing your November 2022 monthly check-in reading for you. So if you're new to my channel, what I like to do is I like to pull one major arcana to see the energy and then clarify with a different deck. So what's going on for the sign of Virgo? What do we need to know for you? I can get you one major arcana, a couple more shuffles. All right. We have the World. Oh, in reversed. I usually don't like to pull cards in reverse from this deck, so I'm going to get you one upright and one in reverse, all right? So we have the Devil. Okay, so here's the thing. I feel like a cycle is not completed with the Devil right here. There is still some sort of unfinished business between you and an entity, you and a contract, you and a business right here. This could be something as simple as you want to end all contact to something. However, you have to meet up with someone one last time to like give clothing back to a person, to meet up and talk one last time. But here's the thing about the Devil energy. It's trying to pull you in, all right? Because it's Scorpio season. You have to understand a lot of people are doing black magic right now. I talked about this in, I believe, Cancer's reading. So go and watch that reading. Once again, these tarot readings that I do, they're not specific to any which sign. You can watch whichever one you want to watch if you want to. Cancer, I'm not going to go all into that. Cancer had a reading about people trying to do psychic attacks to pull them into a situation to bind them to themselves again. So if you feel like you've healed from something, just understand that maybe you're having thoughts, maybe you're having, feelings of like wanting to go back to an ex. It's just psychic attacks. People are doing a lot of black magic right now. But once again, doing black magic during Scorpio season is actually really bad because death is a blessing and an angel. It is not evil. So let's look at this World energy. Let's look at this Devil energy. What's going on? Unfinished business with the Devil. You have the Two of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the Tower in reversed. So it's kind of like you have a new opportunity that's being given to you to go back to a destroyed situation. But here's the thing. Do you want to go back to a destroyed situation within your life? It doesn't have to be in love. It can be within anything. You'd be going back to an old job that you didn't want to work for in the first place. But with the World in reverse, with the Devil right here, you have unfinished business. Like this situation can contact you. This situation does want to reach out to you. The Two of Wands, it's like you want to move forward in something new. However, the Six of Pentacles is here to give you an old situation that's already done. It's already destroyed. Like you have no reason to go back to a destroyed tower. So let's look at this Two of Wands. What's going on right here? What's going on in your future? You have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. When I see the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, it does represent that that's what the reader needs to tell you. A Knight of Pentacles is here to deliver you something. That's what the Six of Pentacles is. It's a rich man trying to give pentacles to these beggars right here. Someone views you as needing to have these pentacles, but you might not need them. Now, you might want them. You might even want to go back to an old situation within your life. Maybe you had fun. It could be like going back to like, an old town you lived in. Maybe you have a job going back to your old town, but you know that you've outgrown that nest. That was kind of like Leo's message as well. It's like Leo's outgrown this situation. Do you want to go back to it? And that's kind of what this is it's like it's leading you back to something that's destroyed. The Six of Pentacles right here. Knight of Swords wants to send you a message with the Queen of Pentacles coming out. It is what it is. They want to send you a message of work. They want to send you a message of, can you please come back to whatever this is? They either need to collect something, you need to give them something. But there is an exchange right here. It's a very quick exchange with the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles is bringing something, and the Queen of Pentacles is bringing something. There's like a stable medium of exchanging of words. So let's look at the Tower situation, exchanging of words. That's an old song. I think it's called I Write Sins Not Tragedies. Anyway, so we have the Seven of Cups, and we have the Queen of Cups right here. Here's the thing. The Queen of Cups is trying to like sell you a fantasy, trying to give you this fantasy, trying to say that it's okay, like, it's not as bad as it seems, but it is. Like, it's done. It's over with. Page of Wands. They're trying to play on your naivety right here. Naivety, whatever. They're trying to, bank on the fact that you're probably naive with this Page of Wands. They're trying to use some sort of emotional manipulation to lure you back in. Like, oh, it's okay, Virgo. Things will be better this time. They're selling you a pie-in-the-sky dream, except the pie in the sky has crashed. Like, that's the situation. There is no dream because you already know that the tower's already fallen through. So, but you do have to exchange. And why is this? Why are they trying to get you back? The Eight of Pentacles, because they need you to work for them. They need you to bring that Virgo energy, because the Eight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. They need you to construct again. They need your talents. They need your skills. The Page of Cups, yeah, they're begging for it. Ten of Swords, though, but you have no... You don't want to go back to that. Like, maybe it was already a bad situation. I left it with the Ten of Swords. Like, why would you want to go back to a situation? I know that they're trying to give you something right here, and I know that... And here's the thing. It could be an equal exchange. Like, the Queen of Pentacles could be paying the Knight of Pentacles a decent amount of money, but here's the thing. If the situation is done, then... I don't know. It's got that devil energy attached to it, too. That's the only problem that I'm really seeing, is it's like, it's your choice. It's up to you. You have an option. The Judgment Call. Yeah, you have the option. You have to make the decision for yourself. Do you want to raise the situation up from the dead, or do you want to just let it be? Do you just want to end it? The Chariot. You can raise it or you can end it. Like that, the choice is yours. You have victory either which way, it seems. Like, I'm not saying this is an ex. It's something from your past that possibly has to do with work, going back to an old situation. It could be like, you know, maybe you're retired and they want you to come back and work for them. Maybe you're a retired school teacher or something, and they're like, can you come back and teach this one grade? Or maybe you're a retired professor, or maybe you're a retired doctor. They're like, oh, we have a patient. Can you come back and work? Blah, blah, blah. Like, they need you because you have this meticulous energy. And it doesn't even have to be for a very long period of time. It could be for just a very short period of time. But here's the thing. Has Ten of Swords attached to it. Has fantasy with the Queen of Cups. It's almost like, in a way, binding you to end you. But it does represent that you have a victory. The Wheel of Fortune, yeah. It's like, even if they try to do something wicked and malicious, it would always end up on the Wheel of Fortune. You would spin right back up and you'd push back against it. You will become victorious either which way you choose to go, Virgo. So let's see, for the Virgos who are not going to do this, which I assume is a lot of you, let's see what you can do next. What is Virgo's next step if they choose not to do this? Six of Pentacles. The Hierophant. The Page of Swords. It looks like the Hierophant gets involved now. It looks like the Hierophant is now using the Taurus energy to get you involved, to get your skills. They could even be wanting to watch you. They could say, all right, well, thank you for your time, and then continuously watch you to see how you work. That's the thing that, a lot of people will do, is that when you turn down a situation, they're not done with you. They still watch you. They still want to see how you interact with other people, how you do things. Knight of Cups. You still move forward. You still move forward in an emotional way. You're still plugging along, doing your own thing. Four of Cups. Gosh, it just feels like you're still dissatisfied with life, though. Seven of Pentacles, but you're still growing. That's the thing, is even if you are dissatisfied with life, or your business, whatever you're doing is still moving forward. It's still maturing. Here's the thing. They might be able to spy on the situation and try to get as much information on you as they can, but they're not you. And they can never teach someone to be you, because you're you. So it's either come back crawling and begging for the situation. Maybe that's the thing with the Six of Pentacles. Maybe they're begging you now. Maybe they're crawling on their hands and knees begging you. Maybe at first they thought you would beg them, but I don't see that's the case. If they expect a Virgo to beg, they're fucking high. Like, that's the situation right there. Virgos don't beg. Virgos get better, and that's how they get even. They just get better. And I know quite a few Virgos like that. It's not... Virgos don't have time for the petty games. Virgos don't have time to sit there and try to, wheel and deal and make situations. It's almost as though, oh, that ended. All right. Without skipping a beat, there's something new. And I feel like their intentions were, whatever the situation is, to have you go back to them. But it doesn't, so they have to come back crawling. And if they're not going to accept it, well, there's the Ace of Swords. Like, you still have victory regardless with the Judgment and the Chariot right here with the Wheel of Fortune. You can choose to take it or push back. But I do see that there is a message coming in regardless. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles coming in. Solid foundations. Emperor. I kind of feel like in a way you're not going to accept anything unless it comes from an emperor itself, like a CEO. And I feel like that's what you need to do. This could be you wanting to work on creating your own business right here. You choosing to work for yourself, you becoming the emperor. You don't want to work underneath the Hierophant. And that could be something that Virgos, have a problem with, is that sometimes people don't like working with them. It is what it is. You're efficient and some people are not efficient at their jobs. And when you deal with people who are inefficient, it can grate on your nerves and make you very irritated. So, especially with people who are not like meticulous in their work, people who don't have a lot of attention to detail. And I'm not saying Virgos are, these extremely analytical, pay attention to every single detail kind of people, but you do have this knack, you have the flair about you to pay attention to the small things. Even if you're not polarized on them, you accept the fact that they exist and you still try to work with them. Maybe not give all of your time and attention and detail on them, but you at least can work with them. I have the Five of Pentacles here. It's weird because it's like you're leaving people out in the cold. But you could also be leaving yourself out in the cold. Maybe a emperor, a CEO, a boss comes and tries to speak to you about the Ten of Pentacles and you choose to stay left out in the cold. They might think that you're walking away to be, homeless and broke, but that's not you. You're working on something else. It might not bring you joy and it might not bring you happiness, but you're working. You're still being an efficient person on your own. The World, that's the completion of the cycle. But just expect a message to come in. Like, it is what it is, Virgo. There is a message going to come in. It comes back from your past. It has to do with a tower that's already fallen. They're trying to get you back to go and fix something because you do have the detail. If you're not going to fix it, then they're going to spy on you. Then they're going to try to offer you again. Then the boss will probably come down and try to offer you and think that you're stupid if you don't accept. But either which way, there's going to be a lot of exchange and communications right here. Yeah, Ace of Cups. I feel like maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want the satisfaction of saying no. Yeah, Empress energy, Queen or Ace of Cups with the Empress coming out. But here's the thing, you do get the ability to say no. Death, yeah. You get the ability to end a situation. You get the ability to end something once and for all, if you so choose to. Now you can rise above it with the Chariot. Like, once again, I'm not trying to influence you. I'm just telling you that there is a message coming in about this, and it doesn't have to be in love, doesn't have to be in work. It can just be in whatever. Please come and fix something for me. I need your help, Virgo. Okay? It can be an old friend asking, maybe you read tarot. It could be an old friend just calling you up and saying, hey, can you fix this? And you're like, no. Like, well, what if I pay you this? No. And then, they say, well, I have more money, or I have more money. And you're like, no, I'm just not going to do that. Like, it is what it is, Virgo. And they might think that you're stupid because someone is offering you the Ten of Pentacles right here. And you're still, for the ones who are wanting to move forward, they're saying that you're moving into the Five of Pentacles, but you're not. You still have the Seven of Pentacles right here. You're just choosing not to accept, emotional manipulation tactics. You're choosing not to accept this Cup energy on a situation that has failed. And if you do choose it and you do go back, you have great victory in this situation. You can do this, okay? It's not saying that you can't. It's not saying that they're trying to get you back to make you fail. They could be, but either which way, if they do, you still have the victory to push back. You still have the Wheel of Fortune. So, it is what it is. Yeah, the King of Swords coming out, that's the information that needs to be told to you. I'm just going around in circles now. So, let's look at your spellcasting oracle cards. This is a very short message. Just expect, the Knight of Swords to come in with this sharp, swift message. Expect the Page of Swords. They're watching you. They're keeping up with you. They're keeping tabs. You have dreams and you have closure. Yeah, you finally get to end something. You finally get to end a situation if you choose to. Regardless of if you go back, you end it the proper way. Maybe you had a really rocky situation and you couldn't end things properly, but if you go back, you can end it the proper way. If you don't go back, you still have the opportunity to end it. So with this dreams energy, dreams, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to the synchronicities which are around you. So let's look at your, I already pulled from this. Let's look at your Witch's Familiar Oracle cards. You have Observant. You have Dwarf, Resourceful. It's because you're an observant, resourceful person. Like, these are the things that are going to carry you throughout life, not just through November, throughout your life, Virgo, all right? Your observance to and attention to detail and your resourcefulness to make these details work. You could have all the details in front of you. A lot of people could have a bunch of details in front of them. Not saying you, but a bunch of people could. But they're not resourceful enough to connect the dots, right? It's kind of like, you know, say there's a book and someone has ripped out all the pages of this book and has, blotted out all the page numbers. Some people would just sit there and be like, oh, I can't figure out which page is which. But you could do that, Virgo. You could be like, oh, well, this makes sense. This is chapter 1. This is chapter 5. This is whatever. And then you start, collecting things and going, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like your ability to be resourceful, to figure things out. That's what the problem is a lot of people do not have the logic to figure out simple problems. And you might think that the problems are simple, but some people cannot figure them out. To them, there are these giant, hills that they can't climb. And you're like, that's, a molehill compared to actual problems. And they're like, I can't climb it, Virgo. I need your help. So that's the situation for you. Let's look at your Halloween oracles. You have Werewolf, Exploring Wildness, and the Underworld, where all things pause and begin again. So maybe you need to go outside. Maybe you need to just, explore the wild. Go outside, take a walk, put your feet in the grass, kind of meditate. With this Underworld, where all things pause and begin again, I feel like you do have this pause within your life. You're waiting on something to happen. I feel like you want something new to happen, but what's coming in for you is this old situation. And you're like, oh gosh, I was really hoping something new would be here. Well, it's up to you to close it out. At least you get the closure to whatever this is, okay? That's what's good for you, is closure. So let's look at your rune cards. You can explore, or you can choose to end it with death. You can explore this old opportunity, and you will have victory, or you can choose to end it with death and still receive the same amount. Like, you're getting satisfaction either which way, okay? You have not his need, self-restraint, disappointment, avoidance of greed, patience, and simplification. Spiritual meaning is asceticism, transcendence, and the soul. So, it could be a disappointing situation. You're like, gosh, I thought I was done with you. Gosh, I thought it was, over. But, just have the self-restraint. Listen to what they're trying to tell you. Listen to what they have to say. Even if you really just roll in your eyes on the inside and you don't care, just, have the ability to pay attention, focus, and just move forward with it. Rado, speed your journey, ease a transition, aid communication, bring good news, and find your spiritual way. It's filled with good news. It's just like, the tower is rubble, all right? It's the former glory of something great. It's the former glory of the Tower of Babel. They're like, could you put the Tower of Babel back together? Yes, you could. But is it in your best interest? You do have that. Now let me look at your Awakened cards real fast before I get into anything else. What's going on for you? Ceremony, integration. I feel like you need to hold a ceremony for yourself. I'm not saying hold a Halloween ceremony or anything like that, unless you can. Like if you're properly initiated or you know someone who's properly initiated and you want to hold a ceremony, do that for yourself. Integration. You can either integrate or choose not to integrate into this, but I feel like a proper, meditation ritual will be greatly beneficial for you. Really ask God, really seek the blessings from the divine right here, really seek what you're trying to go for. Is what you're building stable, but is it boring? Do you want excitement in your life? Well, this is the opportunity to shake things up. If you don't want excitement and you're just like, I wish I could have excitement, but I need to focus on something that's more stable, then you have that opportunity too. Integration of one of these things into your life, there is closure regardless. And then, you know, not saying that this boring situation is going to be for the rest of your life. I'm just saying that that's what's being offered to you right now is you have the ability to build something new and grow. You have psychic abilities. Your psychic abilities are off the chart right here. So just focus on your psychic abilities. Focus on, using your third eye, trying to move forward and navigate these situations. So anyway, Virgo, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you later.